I will not ever support or vote for Donald Trump, ever. I will vote Democrat. I can't believe I'm saying it.
It is about damn time for baby boomers and Gen Z to unite and defeat this threat that is Trump and MAGA. And the good news is, baby boomers are slated to give Biden the senior vote for the first time since Al Gore. And remember, polling isn't always perfect, especially since we're still 7 months out from the election, but we can look at these trends, and these trends are indicative of boomers and Gen Z moving towards Biden at a rapid rate. This would be devastating for Donald Trump. Let's break it all down. Make sure you leave a like, comment a blue heart, and subscribe. But this article reads, Boomers deliver surprise strength for Biden. Baby boomers are on track to make President Biden the first Democrat to carry the senior vote since Al Gore in 2000. Why it matters. 2024 threatens to shatter some long-held trends in presidential politics if the polls are to be believed. And at a time when we're seeing Democratic backsliding, not only in the US, but across the entire globe, we need to make sure that these trends stick on this path. Of course, if Trump wins a second term and enacts Project 2025, our liberal democracy is going to be hanging on by a thread, but think about the implications for other countries like Ukraine, Taiwan, even our alliance in NATO may be crippled. The article continues by saying, the biggest trend at risk is the notion that voters become more conservative as they get older. While baby boomers appear to be holding firm on their liberal leanings, Gen Z is showing a surprisingly strong conservative bend. I do not believe this for a single second. It's almost laughable. Even if we look at the past few elections where my generation has been able to vote, including the midterms, we show up for Democrats with a 20% margin. And the article even covers this later, but polling does not really apply to Gen Z in the same way it does to boomers. It says, between the lines, polls are a snapshot in time, and it's harder to poll than ever thanks to cell phones, spam blockers, and voters who are more resistant to being polled. I think people in my generation are a lot less likely to answer the phone at 8 p.m. and talk for 40 minutes about their voting preferences, as opposed to somebody who's a little bit older and who knows the routine. Also, we can look at the polling on just about every single issue, and my generation will be overwhelmingly progressive. For example, there's a Gallup poll from 2022 showing that 71% of my generation is pro-choice, compared to the 26% that are pro-life. And this trend is seen on just about every single issue. You look at gay marriage, you look at climate change. My generation is pro-gay marriage, believes in climate change, and now I just need to get everybody to understand, to realize that failed former President Donald Trump was the one who appointed these Supreme Court justices that led to Roe v. Wade being overturned. Donald Trump stripped EPA protections while Joe Biden passed the biggest climate change bill in the history of America. These two cannot be compared. The comparatively liberal boomers are aging into the senior vote as their more conservative older siblings in the silent and greatest generations die off. There were 0 senior boomers in 2008, that is boomers above the age of 65, but boomers now represent 70% of the senior vote. That is a massive shift, and I know a lot of you guys are baby boomers, so it is time to get out there, to mobilize, make sure you're phone banking, make sure you're canvassing, make sure you're asking friends and family if they're registered to vote, and once you get them registered, offer them a ride to the polling station. So we know that older generations tend to turn out a lot more reliably than younger generations like mine, which is annoying, but it is good this election cycle because I think a lot of these boomers do have a better grasp on the history of America, on what is truly at stake, and they know that nobody's going to come swoop in and save us. Where I talk to some of my friends my age and they think, oh, it'll be fine no matter what. Trump and Biden are effectively the same, which is something I've been trying to combat over and over. But a lot of people that are older understand that our liberal democracy, our fundamental freedoms, our lifestyle will be at stake if we lose this election to Trump. And I don't want to sound hyperbolic. Republicans haven't always been a lifestyle threat. I mean, back in 2008 when John McCain ran, I don't think he would have tried to overthrow our country. I think he actually loved the Constitution and America. But now, these Republicans, if you can even call them that, genuinely want to strip away our most fundamental freedoms.
I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He is not. No?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues, and that's what this campaign is all about. He's not. Thank you.
The bottom line is older people vote at high rates, young people don't. And I'm trying to change that with my generation, but we can use this to our advantage. If we can mobilize a lot of these older voters that understand what is at stake, then we'll have a very good chance of winning this election. Just think about all of the independents who showed up for Nikki Haley during the primaries. I'm assuming a lot of these people did that to protest Donald Trump. They saw January 6th. They saw Donald Trump's rhetoric surrounding the last election, and they wanted to make sure that the GOP can maybe return back to some normalcy. And I think that's what Nikki Haley represents to them. And I don't know if we're ever going to see the GOP return back to the John McCain style Republicans, which I disagreed with John McCain on a lot, but seeing clips like the one I played earlier in the video really does warm my heart. And it makes me feel like politics in America have really fallen a long way, mainly due to Donald Trump. I mean, his claim to fame in politics was first saying that Obama was not born in the US, but when he really started his campaign, he got popular because he came up with nicknames for people he didn't like. He constantly attacked them, and during his first year, he had about a 92% turnover rate. This is not the GOP that most of the boomers remember. Let's hear from some of these former Trump voters.
Hi, my name is Chris. I'm from Florida. I'm a former Trump voter. In 2024, I'm not going to vote for Donald Trump because character matters. The man has been convicted of sexual assault. Policy-wise, I thought he was a pretty good president, but I think in a second term, he would be focused mainly on retribution. The issues we'd have with him in the Justice Department and trying to use it to go after his political opponents would be overwhelming and distracting. I just don't think he's focused on what the country needs. I think he's focused on what he needs. And then January 6th, I can't get past that. That's when I totally broke from the Republican Party. I couldn't believe what I was watching. I felt like our country was being treated like some banana republic. And, it was clear to me that Trump was responsible. It was Trump supporters that were involved. And it made me sick to my stomach. The January 6th case and the classified documents case, I believe he's guilty. And I believe a trial would determine that. And I think either one of those convictions should preclude him from being the president of the United States.
What a smart and genuine man who actually cares about American democracy. And I think a lot of voters are like that, but sometimes it feels like the craziest voices get amplified. I mean, I myself go straight into Trump rallies, and a lot of these people I talk to are absolutely nuts. But we do need to remember that these people are the minority. They are the loud minority. They call themselves the silent majority, but that could not be farther from the truth. That dude, Chris, represents a lot of voters. Let's watch another one because it's very cathartic for me to hear these people.
My name is Chuck, and I am a former Trump supporter. I completely 100% hold him accountable for the insurrection of the Capitol. I will not ever support or vote for Donald Trump, ever. I will vote Democrat. I can't believe I'm saying it. But I will vote for Joe Biden.
If you want to find and share more ads like that, you can go to Republicans Against Trump on Twitter. They post stuff like that every single day. My name is Mockler. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment a blue heart, and have a great day.